got the giggles. Say, la 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 la.
Oh no.
Baby.
You started it.
You said you lost the library. Is that my hoodie?
Maybe.
I believe so.
I was cold and it's comfy and big, okay?
It's not like you have 20,000 hoodies over there.
Listen, if you can't borrow your husband's hoodie, whose hoodie can you borrow?
All right, let's get a move on here.
Okay, but I'm keeping the hoodie for now.
Okay.
Hi friends, welcome back or welcome if you're new here. My name is Stacy and I am the chapter conundrum, or today, Jake. And this is my husband Jake, the bookish drummer.
Hi, I'm Stacy.
Yeah, okay.
I'm from Perry Sound, Canada, eh? Yeah, how do you like that?
That is not how I would say it.
That's funny.
And first of all, it's Perry Sound, Ontario, which is in Canada.
Eh?
And today we're here to quickly go through all of the books on our shelves that we are both interested in reading.
Quickly.
Well, we're not going to go into the premise of all of these because we will be here all night. If we do.
A 2-hour movie for y'all.
Yeah, or more. But mainly, we are curious to get your feedback on these books. Let us know in the comments if you have read any of these, what you thought of them if you have, if you recommend them or if you don't recommend them, and also let us know if you're potentially interested in buddy reading any of these in the future, because, you know, we're always choosing read-alongs and other things.
And buddy reads.
And buddy reads, yeah.
So we're going to break this down by genre.
Yeah, and we'll have timestamps down below if you guys want to skip around.
We have sci-fi, fantasy, thriller, and horror.
Yes, where are we starting?
Let's get sci-fi out of the way because there's only a couple of those.
Okay, so the first book is Chain Gang All-Stars, and I'm not going to attempt the pronunciation because I'm going to butcher it. But when I pick this up, I will probably also see if I can find the library, or see if I can find the library.
Where to go?
See if I can find the audio through my library, and hopefully the audio will help me figure out how to pronounce this properly.
911, I've lost the library.
Listen, I'm a little bit tired, okay?
Okay. Let's just find the library and then we'll get going.
We're okay.
Got the giggles now. She's got the giggles.
A little bit.
She's got the giggles. Say, la 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 la.
Oh no.
Baby.
You started it.
You said you lost the library. You can't find the library.
Okay. Oh.
Are you crying?
A little bit.
Oh, God.
That was giggly.
I've been filming for 6 minutes. We got nothing. We got nothing.
We have losing the library and a giggle fit.
My cheeks hurt. Ow. Let's get cereal.
Cereal?
Oh. You got tears, baby.
Well, it was funny.
Uh-huh. All right, let's get going.
Okay.
Oh, God. Baby.
So we got this in our Christmas book box from Ian, which if you didn't see our unboxing of that, you can find that on Jake's channel, and it was our Christmas Day upload. And he gave me a little rundown about what this is about. So just very quickly, sci-fi dystopian with gladiators, a prison system, and social commentary. And all of that sounds like a win for me.
Next up, we have Dogs of War by Adrian Tchaikovsky, the first book in one of his numerous series that I want to get behind, and you're also interested in this too.
Yeah. The tagline is, "My name is Rex, and I am a good dog."
Yeah, good boy.
Yeah. Next up, we are both interested in The Space Between Worlds by Micaiah Johnson. And we know that this involves travel to parallel universes, and that you have to be dead in order to successfully and safely travel to the other parallel universe. And this follows a character that is dead in most of them. So it'll be interesting to see how those can contrast and compare to each other and what the plot is.
Now, yeah, that's all the sci-fi we've got. So now we're going on to fantasy, which is a lot more.
Yes.
So the first one we got is a book that I've had for a while that I've not got around to. The Dark Trials by T. James Kelly.
Yes. And I think this is more of like a thriller.
I think it's like a young adult kind of paranormal thriller.
Okay.
It's somewhat fantasy.
Okay. Well, we are both interested in it regardless. Next up, we have Guns of the Dawn by Adrian Tchaikovsky, and this was just gifted to you for Christmas by Fina.
And this is, I think, more of a military fantasy that everyone seems to love.
And I'm all for military fantasy, so yes.
We also have a book that we're going to be doing a read-along for in November. That is The Traitor God by Cameron Johnston. The first book in the, what's the series called?
Age of Tyranny.
Age of Tyranny. So we're going to be doing book 1 and 2, November and December, over on the Bookastromer Discord.
And I need to know about the magic system in this one for sure. I am intrigued based on the premise. Next up, we have The Company by KJ Parker, and I am happy to see that you're going to try another KJ Parker with me.
This was the one that I originally wanted to start with, but then you wanted to start with The Hammer, which you really liked,
yeah,
and I thought was kind of fine.
We started with The Hammer because we were looking at options to have as like a read-along for the Last Wizards readathon, and that was just the one that like other people had interest in as well, so it just happened to work out that way.
Out of all the KJ Parker ones, this one sounds the most up my alley.
Okay.
Next up, we have A Cavern of Black Ice by J.B. Jones, which is the first book in the Sword of Shadows series, which I think has like 5 or 6 novels. Might not be complete yet, but it's a book that we've been both meaning to get to for a while.
Yes, our friend Narcil has recommended it to us, and I think we're both intrigued.
We are intrigued.
Next up is a favorite author for me, and that is M.L. Wong with Blood Over Brighthaven.
And you've already started this one.
And it's good so far.
And I think the audiobook's out now. So I think
believe
I'll pick.
It's the traditional published version is out. So
okay, I'll pick it up eventually.
Okay.
Next up, we have a book that I think I won somehow from Nico's Book Reviews channel, and that would be Becoming a Druid by Mike Malman. I know nothing about this book or series, but I will check it out.
Who doesn't want Celtic druids?
Do we want that?
Yes, we do.
I guess we want Celtic druids.
We do. Next up, we've got Age of Assassin by R.J. Barker, and I am all about assassin fantasy. So
yeah, assassin fantasy can kind of go either way, but I did like The Bone Ships by this author, so I'm willing to try his assassin story. We also have The Bladed Faith by David Dalglish. Yeah. This is the first book in the Vagrant Gods trilogy. I think this trilogy is now complete. But yeah, we're both interested in this.
Yes.
We might do possibly a read-along for it.
Maybe, if there's interest.
In like 2026, a year from now.
Well, we already have 2025 booked up, so yeah.
Booked up.
I think at one point we're going to put a poll on the Discord for all the series that we have interest in for the fantasy read-along and see what y'all want.
Yeah, it's either like a bunch of trilogies or possibly Cradle for the whole year.
Oh boy. Yeah, we'll see what you guys want.
We'll see.
Next up, we've got Blackwing by Ed McDonald, book 1 of the Raven Mark. And I don't know a ton about the premise of this, but I have seen some very high ratings from some friends of ours.
Next up, we have Sephiroth's Hand by Melissa McPhail, which like 10 years ago, I read the first half of this book and really enjoyed it, but never continued with it. But I'm very excited to check this series out, and I think you will actually like it as well.
I'm intrigued by the magic system.
And it's kind of dark, so.
And that too.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Beyond Redemption by Michael R. Fletcher. I think this is the Manifest Delusions series, if I have that correct. And this was just gifted to me for Christmas by Pat Sava, our mod. And I have been meaning to pick this up for a while.
I really liked the Blackstone Heart series.
Obsidian Path.
Yeah, so definitely excited for this one.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's all the fantasy.
So next up, we're going to talk about some horror.
Oh, yeah. All right, first up, we have Burn the Negative by Josh Winning. This premise sounds really cool. It's all about kind of a cursed 90s horror movie, and one of the persons that is involved in this, kind of like years later, they're making a sequel to it or a remake, and some spooky stuff's happening. Really fun premise, and you're excited for it as well.
Yes. Next up, we have Shutter Island by Dennis Lehane, and I know nothing, and I want to keep it that way.
I've seen the movie, but I'm still going to read the book, and it's going to be fun to see what you think of the book.
Yeah, and I will be reading it soon, because if you saw our Ian picks books for us to read, this was like a bonus pick.
Ian freaked out when he realized you hadn't read it and knew nothing about it.
Yeah.
He was like, I changed my mind.
I changed my mind. I regret everything. You need to read this one. So I said, okay, I'll add it as a bonus pick.
Speaking of Ian, one of the books that he gifted us in the Christmas...
Blind Date with a Book.
Yeah, that. Was The Reformatory by Tananarive Dew, if that's how you pronounce it.
I'm not sure.
This book I'm incredibly excited for. I'm probably going to be getting to this in February, and we'll see. You're also excited for it.
Yeah.
Maybe we won't get to it that soon. But...
No, but I will check it out.
Yeah.
Next up, I have The Burning Girls by C.J. Tudor, and this is one I've been meaning to get around to for a very long time. And yes, there's more than one too.
You said I would probably like this or enjoy it.
Well, I don't know. It's a...
You don't know?
Well, you wanted to read it, right?
You said I should read it.
I just want you to read it with me, I think.
Oh, okay. Next up, I have another gifted book, and that would be The Devil Takes You Home by Gabriel Iglesias. No, actually, it's by Gabino Iglesias. This book I'm excited for, and this was gifted to me by Andrew. And you're also wanting to read this.
Yeah, the premise sounds good. Yeah. Next up, we've got Anathema by Nick Roberts, and I'm also intrigued by the premise of this one. Like, family moving away for a fresh start because things have happened.
And spooky kid stuff.
Yeah.
And I've also read Nick Roberts before, and he's very good.
I have not, but I'm interested in Anathema.
And we're both very interested in this book. The Boatmore Butcher.
Yes, by L. Stevenson.
We've both read kind of the first part of this trilogy called The Goners.
Yes, when it was published by itself.
Which was very good.
Yeah.
But now we're going to get the complete story, and we're going to be reading this in October for the Throw, Chill, or Kill book club.
Yeah. I can link the video where we announce all the picks for that in case you're curious.
Now we're going to jump into thrillers.
So first up for thrillers, we have For Your Own Good by Samantha Downing, and this is definitely Ian's doing. This was part of our Blind Date with a Book order, and this is a favorite author for Ian. We have previously read My Lovely Wife, and we're not the biggest fans of it, so it'll be curious for us to try her again.
And I've read this author before, her debut novel, and this is her sophomore effort, The Whispers by Ashley Audrain. I read The Push, which I very much liked, even though it was very extremely depressing.
I also liked it.
Yes, and this one I pretty much know nothing about, but I'm going to read it because...
we liked The Push.
Yes.
So next up we have The Vacation by John Mars, and we are, or at least I am, reading all the John Mars books this year. In a read along, I'll put the link to the schedule up there. This is March.
We're doing that in March.
Yes.
Next up we have You Shouldn't Have Come Here by Geneva Rose, which you've read a book by them.
Yes, The Perfect Marriage, Book Perfect is crossed out.
This looks kind of like a horror book, but reading the premise of it, it does kind of maybe thriller / horror, but we're both excited for it.
Yeah, I had a good time with her other one, so I'm keen to check out more from her. Next up, we have Aurora by David Kopp, and it was another Blind Date with a Book. This one from a giveaway that I won from Ian. And this is a thriller with a worldwide cataclysm, lights out, long overdue reckonings, and suspenseful. So
I'm definitely keen to read that one.
Me too. I'm going to put this away.
This book I'm a little less excited to read now that I've attempted one of her other books and DNF'd it.
Oh no.
But we're slotted to read this book for the Thrill Chiller Kill Book Club. And that would be The Last House on Deedless Street by Catriona Ward.
Well, I'm interested in this one still.
I did not like Looking Glass Sound. Hopefully this one is better, but we'll see.
Okay. And then my next two I'm going to talk about together because they're the same author and I know nothing about the premise of either one. I have just previously read and enjoyed a book by this author, and that's why I picked them up. So we have The Perfect Wife and The Girl Before, both by J.P. Delaney, and the book I have read and enjoyed by them is Playing Nice.
Yeah, and that one was pretty good, so we're going to check out more stuff by him.
Yeah.
And speaking of more John Mars, because we're doing a bunch of John Mars, I'm not going to read all of them, but this one is the one that I'm the most excited for because it had the most wild premise out of all of them. The Good Samaritan by John Mars, of course. This one is all about like a person who works at a suicide hotline who apparently is not very good at her job and like, you know, and then there's also someone who knows about what she's doing. It's just the weirdest premise I've heard from a thriller in a long time. So I'm definitely intrigued. And you're obviously going to read it.
Yes. And this one's May.
May. It's gonna be May.
Oh boy. And the last book we have to talk about is Swipe Right for Murder by Polly Harris. And this just sounds intriguing to me. I don't really know a ton about it, obviously, other than that there's like a dating platform involved here.
I think it's YA too.
And murder!
Murder.
I would say it's YA given the font size. I don't know if you can see. It has kind of big font. Oh, and it looks like there may be some mixed media or like because there's different typeset in some of it.
Should be a quick read.
Yeah, it'd be a fun time. Apparently a sleepy time. So that was it for all the physical books on our TBR that we know already that we both have interest in. There are a few more definitely that one or the other of us are going to read, and then the other one will decide based on that person's feedback whether we'll also read it. So this is not necessarily an exclusive list, but it's the list that we know up front we're both interested in.
And now the fun part of putting them all back on the shelf.
Yeah, so don't forget to leave us comments about which ones you potentially want to buddy read with us and what your thoughts were if you have read any of them. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.
See ya.